Here's my 6 people.
Energy usage in the United States has been growing exponentially. And as a nation, we're the second largest consumer of energy in the world. Not only are we pushing our electricity grids to a breaking point each and every day with our unnecessary entertainment, but it also costs us a lot of money. According to USA Today, in 2011, residential energy costs increase on average about $300 every 5 years. If you can't or won't give up your laptop or your Netflix for any of these reasons, there are other ways that you can reduce your energy usage, including using alternative methods of cooking like a solar oven. Think about it. You have so many appliances in your kitchen that use so much electricity just to cook food. Why not use the sun? A solar cooker is an outdoor oven that absorbs sunlight, converts it to heat, and cooks food through convection. This is a much more eco-friendly option than, let's say, a wood-burning fire or a gas grill because it doesn't emit any greenhouse gases. In this speech, I'm going to outline you the basic materials that you need, how to use it, and how to make it more efficient. So what do you need? First, you need 2 cardboard boxes. One should be smaller than the other, and the recommendation is that it's at least 15 inches by 15 inches, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to use a smaller one. You'll also need a cardboard sheet to make your lid, aluminum foil, a piece of wire hanger, glue, a Reynolds oven bag. And as you can see, these materials are pretty basic, and they don't really individually look like they'd be able to cook any food, but together they can. The first step to building the base of your oven is taking the smaller box and putting it on top of the larger box and making an outline. Then you should cut this up. And it'll look something like this. Then you should generously cover the inside of each of the boxes with aluminum foil. That'll insulate it and help keep the oven warm and cook the food. Then you should glue these flaps down. It'll end up looking something like this. Finally, to finish the base of your oven, you're going to need to take your small box and put it inside the hole that you made, so that it's flush against the top. Then glue these down. And this is what it looks like. Now that your base is made, you're going to need to make a lid. To do this, take your sheet of cardboard, take your base, put it on top, and make an outline. Then you need to cut and fold the edges so that it makes a lid. Normally you would glue this and let it dry, but we don't really have time. So it'll end up looking something like this. Now if you use this on your oven as it is, no sunlight will get in. So you're going to need to make a sunwrap, or what we call a sunroof, or what we call a reflector flap. To do this, take your small box, put it on top, and draw another outline. Then cut 3 of the 4 sides and push it outward to make a flap. You're going to have to cover this with aluminum foil so that the sunlight can be reflected straight into the oven. Now if you use it this way, all the heat will escape. So what you need to do is take your oven bag, which is usually pretty large, and you're going to need to cut it to size. My recommendation is that you cut it smaller than the lid but larger than the reflector flap, like this one. Then you're going to have to glue it to the bottom of your lid. And now when everything is put together, it should look like this. Take your piece of wire and move it into an S shape. And if you stick it into the corrugations of the flap, you can use it as a kickstand for the sun. If the sun's lower, you put it lower. If the sun's higher, you put it higher. So that seems pretty basic, but it also seems pretty makeshift, and it wouldn't be so efficient. So how do you make it more efficient? First, you can take your larger box, take this off, and and put more pieces of cardboard or more aluminum foil in the bottom to insulate it more, to keep the heat in. You could also make the reflector flaps larger to bring in more sunlight. And also to increase efficient cleanup, you could make a drip pan. The drip pan would be a small piece of cardboard about this size, cover it in aluminum foil, and paint it black to retain heat. You just put it in the bottom of your oven, and all the grease and all the extra things will fall in there, and so you can just take it out. Now, in conclusion, these can save a lot of money, and they're definitely cost efficient. And if they were used on a large scale, such as a global scale or even a national scale, we could cut down on our energy use considerably. Now, I hope from this that you can take what you've learned here and save yourself some money.